There is accelerated help in the coronavirus rescue effort, with lawmakers passing a $484 billion aid package. It comes as San Diego County reports a record daily spike in positive cases, statewide too. Thanks for joining us for the Nightly Check-In. I'm Mark Mullen. So today we have learned from county leaders that there are 152 new positive cases, bringing the total across the county now to 2,643. However, we also saw the single biggest number of tests conducted in the past 24 hours too. So leaders say that is one of the reasons the number could be so high. 4 more COVID-19 deaths were also reported, bringing the total number of people who have died to 100. That's in San Diego County.
As you can see from today's numbers, we still need to continue to stay at home so that we can decrease COVID-19 in our community. We understand everyone is making tremendous efforts and sacrifice. Our collective efforts are indeed working, but we must continue to stay the course.
County officials announced they will be opening 2 new drive-through testing locations, Monday in Escondido and also in Chula Vista. A nearly $500 billion emergency aid bill to help small businesses is now headed to the president for his signature tonight. It includes more than $300 billion to replenish the PPP, that's the Small Business Paycheck Protection Program. It also reserves $75 billion for hospitals and $25 billion for testing. President Trump says he'll sign it. Well, we all hope to pull out of the coronavirus pandemic sooner than later, but South Bay leaders are saying not so fast. Face masks are now being required in Chula Vista after a large spike in the number of COVID-19 cases there. Specifically, in 3 low-income South Bay zip codes, 92173, 92154, 91911. Chula Vista has received 460 complaints just in the past month about people not doing what they should to flatten the curve.
Shame on them for doing it, whether you believe it or not. It's just protect others and stuff. Don't worry about just yourself.
You should fine people for not wearing their mask. It's a safety precaution.
It is believed the coronavirus is being felt harder in the South County due to lower incomes and less access to health care. Governor Newsom has signed an executive order protecting coronavirus relief money from debt collectors.
The executive order denies the ability for debt collectors to garnish your CARES Act dollars. It's also retroactive. So if you're a debt collector and you did garnish those contributions, those checks, you got to give them back.
Newsom said the order is effective immediately, and again, it applies only to stimulus checks issued under the federal government's CARES Act. It does not apply to those who owe child care or spousal support. The Palomar Medical Center in Escondido unveiled its new federal medical station to assist the region's COVID-19 response. The medical station is located on the top 2 floors of the hospital. It will operate kind of as a hospital within a hospital and serve as an additional resource for the regional hospital system in the event of a surge of COVID-19 patients. Health officials say this new medical station is unique for San Diego County.
And it is on what I would call the tier and also the continuum that we now are privileged to have, in the sense that it, as a federal medical station, is a regional asset.
So here's the thing. The hospital says this medical station may never be used, but it's there in case it is needed. The county will work with hospitals to determine when or even if to open. Well, it will be beach weather this weekend, but with no beaches to visit, there is still no date for when they will reopen. But local leaders say the plan will be a 2-phase approach. First phase will be beaches and bays opening for running and walking, but with required social distancing and masks recommended. The water would be open to surfers and swimmers. This is under phase 1, and boaters and paddleboarders would be allowed in the bay as well. Phase 2. All activities that allow for social distancing would be permitted at beaches, bays, piers, boardwalks, and parking lots. Basically, you would be able to go to the beach. You just got to keep your distance. It's up to the county when to lift those restrictions. The beach closures are leaving San Diego surfers a bit anxious. They want to get back in the water.
The ocean has a spiritual element to it as well that is missed on people who maybe don't get a chance to utilize the ocean the way that we do by living here, the way that people who are surfing on a regular basis get to.
Maybe, but I don't know. I think we appreciate it too. As mentioned, surfing is part of the first phase of reopening the beaches. All local beaches, regardless of jurisdiction, will reopen under the same rules at the same time. Okay, what about that warm weather this weekend? Here's Dagmar.
We're looking at some very warm temperatures across all 4 forecast zones today. Remember, the heat advisory will be in effect for the mountains, especially to those western edges, coastal slopes, the inland valleys especially, and almost all the way through to the beaches, where even you, for your Friday, are looking at the low 80s. Sunny skies from start to finish. Inland valleys, this is where it's a little dangerous, especially since it's at the first quick rise in temperatures. Going to catch a lot of people off guard. Low 90s for the inland valleys, mountains mid to upper 70s, even low 80s, deserts, upper 90s, low 100s. Yep, it's a hot one out there.
Choir groups are accustomed to big spaces, but given the pandemic, a local choir group called Chamber Bravura is taking center stage in a whole new way. Savannah Ashley is one of the Chamber Bravura members. She paired her voice with 59 other talented choral members from around the globe to create a virtual choir performance. Chamber Bravura wanted to showcase a wide range of voices from all over, each performed from the stage of somebody's room.
So no studio, no like professional microphones, it's just a bunch of students and kids trying to, come together and make something special.
I think they did. Savannah says transitioning performances that are meant for live audience wasn't easy. Moving online means no vocal warm-ups together and no fancy equipment while singing remotely. Luckily, this choral group figured out a quick way to unite the world and continue to share their voices during this time. I just want to stop and listen, right? If you would like to watch the entire performance, you can. Just go to our website, NBC7.com. It's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching our nightly check-in. If you happen to be a Padres fan and you like podcasts, check out the On Friar podcast with Darnay Tripp and Derek Togerson. I'm Mark Mullen. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.